So, where is Pokemon going? What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Madman. My name is Ruben, aka the Madman, and yes, I'm back outside. Finally got some good weather here in New York, so I can go back out to recording outside and be more open with my videos. Today's video is a little special because I haven't done a video on this in a while. It was one video I made based on some information that ended up being changed drastically once it was implemented to the game. But of course, it's about Pokemon Go. Now, of course, Pokemon Go has gotten a lot of limelight recently, mostly because of the fact that we've heard about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. We already know that both these games will be heavily integrated into the Pokemon Go system, where they actually will be linking from smartphone to your Nintendo Switch. So because of that, people are getting back into Pokemon Go at a much faster scale as they prep and get ready for this upcoming game cycles. Now, but my main question is, Pokemon Go being a mobile game is extremely limited as compared to what a console game can do. So if obviously Nintendo wants to keep this game running if they're integrating it into their new games. So my question is, what do we need in Pokemon Go to make them worth playing again? We've already heard that Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee can be played all on their own without Go integration whatsoever. So it's really not necessary to make them a positive, fulfilling experience. So if they really want to keep Pokemon Go going, they're going to need some things in the game that make it worth the time of the player. So here are just 3 things from my opinion that Pokemon Go desperately needs to not only bring it back into popularity, but to keep the game, people who are playing the game, happy and satisfied, not like they were just abandoned once the Pokemon Go, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee become mainstream. So number 1 that I think Pokemon Go desperately needs is some form of raid integration with other players. We already know that you can play multiplayer at raids when you arrive to a raid location if there are other players available, or if you call your friends up and say, hey, there's a raid going on down the block, meet me there in 10 minutes, you can battle against whatever this powerful Pokemon is. But a lot of times you don't have that option, so you have no idea if you're going to walk up to a raid with a powerful legendary and there's no one there but you. And obviously you're not going to take down a Kyogre or a Lugia all by yourself. So what I think they need to integrate into the game is something like an LFG, or looking for group system, where you can basically point out when raids are going to happen. We already get about 45 minutes of a warning or an alert that there will be a raid in our area. I think there should be something in the game where you can check in saying that you'll be there. So a player can look at our upcoming raid and say, hey, there's going to be 10 players there, so there's a good chance of taking down this legendary. I have a better chance of catching it. No one wants to walk, half a kilometer to a kilometer away just to find out that they're by themselves and there's no way they're going to succeed. So that's one thing I think we should definitely implement, that I think we as the players would make use of. Some kind of LFG system, looking for group system. They do have some that are third party online, but they're of course inconsistent because the raid alerts are a very short time frame. You have about 45 minutes. So to have to go online, look at these groups, see where one's going to be and see who's going to actually be there, when you can do that in-game much quicker, would definitely be a benefit to the players. And also will get players playing again and more excited about the raid system. The raid system was very similar to what I was originally read on different gaming websites when I first looked at the legendary birds. They made it a little bit different so everyone can capture everything. But the system is roughly the same. You and multiple players all go out to fight this legendary and have a chance to capture at the end. So, looking for group system is definitely one thing I think would keep the game going and keep the excitement there for the raids, which have kind of fallen off quite a bit since they were first implemented. Number 2, one thing I think we definitely need to see, and I've been saying this for a while, and it's been since the original announcement of Pokemon Go. Player versus player, or player and player interaction. Not necessarily battling, but that is something that was already taunted and teased in the original launch trailers. I think one thing we need is that and Pokemon trading between players. Now, we all see that there are different Pokemon we can catch, people travel, we meet players everywhere. And if we could trade Pokemon that we've seen that aren't found in our region, it might make playing the game more exciting again. We've lost a bit of excitement in the game because of the fact that we're kind of locked in our regions. Not everyone can afford to jump and travel whenever they need to, but they know there are certain Pokemon that they're just not getting. Me personally, I have about 6 of the upgrade items, and I have yet to ever see a Porygon in my area. And actually looking at some of the online maps of where certain Pokemon nests are, Porygon don't even spawn near me. But I know there are some in upstate New York and in parts of Jersey, and if we could trade between players, it would make us want to catch things more. Because there's a reason to have 4 and 5 and 6, because we can get Pokemon that we don't have in our area. It would make use of those powerful Pokemon that we keep evolving that we have nothing to do with. I have 7 Flareon. I only have 6 in the party, so it would definitely be better to trade one off with someone who couldn't get a Flareon or something I don't have. And of course, player versus player battling would definitely be a way of bringing back some of the nostalgia from the old Game Boy games and the DS games. Not even nostalgia, but connecting the universe together, where 2 players can take their parties and go head to head. It was teased and taunted in the original trailers, and we've yet to see that function added. I know there's some mechanics that can be worked out on Nintendo's side with the mobile phones, and of course cross-platform playing between iPhones, Androids. So of course we have to work out logistics for it, but I think it should be a priority on Nintendo's part to bring that feature to the game. This just in, I had to add this as a quick cut as I'm editing the video. I actually just finished editing, about to upload, open up my YouTube app, and popped up on my suggested videos list. We found out that Pokemon Go has already integrated trading. It's not fully live yet, but there are live demos of it working, and we have an actual launch window when we'll see this feature added. So, yes, PvP battling, I'm still looking forward to that. We haven't got any information about that yet. It should be coming soon, I hope, since they got the trading thing working. But super excited because something I actually was asking for and hoping for and waiting for since the game launched, we're actually going to get. So just a quick cut in before we watch the rest of the video. Trading is coming, not just someday soon, but actually very, very soon. We'll see it in the game, and we'll actually make use of that feature I was just talking about a minute or two ago. But back to the video. And last but not least, one thing I think we need is an upgrade to the Pokemon Go store. Now in the Pokemon Go store, we do have access to certain things like Pokeballs, incense, magic eggs, and incubators for the eggs you find at Pokestops. But what we don't have are things that I think would make people want to play the game more. As already mentioned, certain Pokemon are rare in certain areas or don't show up at all. So even if we do get that trading implementation going, if this Pokemon happens to evolve or needs to be powered up to make it worth the time in our parties, finding candies are near impossible. So certain items I think they should add. One, of course, would be rare candies, so we can evolve these Pokemon. Now, of course, we should have a limit to it of how many you can buy per week, because the whole fear of the rare candies in the game are pay to win. You catch one Magikarp, put up $50, and now your Magikarp's a Gyarados. We know the challenge of the game was to find 101 Magikarps, which would give you 400 candies and 1 to evolve, to actually get that Gyarados. But if you have a limit of say maybe 10 per week of rare candies you can buy, and put them at a reasonable price, one rare candy is about 150 Pokepoints. Just to help you along the game and power up the Pokemon you need, it's less likely someone's going to go out and buy enough to evolve a Pokemon, unless they really want to drop that kind of money. But giving the players who want to play the game but just need the assistance, especially when they found a Pokemon or get a Pokemon that they don't have options or availability for regularly, would be a benefit. Of course, you can also put in the other types of Pokeballs. We only have the original Pokeball purchasable from the store right now. However, you do have access to Great Balls and Ultra Balls, which have a higher capture rate. If you allow us to purchase those, we could probably capture Pokemon a lot easier, and we'll want to play more, especially when we're looking for those higher CP Pokemon. If we know we have only 20 Pokeballs and 2 Ultra Balls, we may not even bother going to catch it, or if we do, we'll end up frustrated because we ran out of the ball we needed. So upgrading the Pokemon Go store would definitely be a benefit. Now, all of this as a whole will get people playing the game again. It'll get the experience level up, it'll get people wanting to capture new things, and when Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee hit the market, people who weren't considering integrating their Pokemon Go into this will now have a reason to have a much stronger team inside of this free-to-play mobile game. And if they can do that, they can keep Pokemon Go going a lot longer. And the integration into Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee with updates can become better and better and better as time progresses. But we have to get players excited about it again. Remember when it first started, there was people playing Pokemon Go everywhere. You can walk around any part of my hometown or where my job was, and you'd see people face down in their phones looking directly at their screens trying to capture that Pokemon. This could be a way to bring players back, and more than likely, if we keep going the way it's going now without the features we've been promised from the beginning or new features to make us excited, Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee will lose that functionality of integration. People won't be as excited to do it. Of course, there's some who will do it, but there won't be as many, which will lead a game that really was a turning point, bringing augmented reality into mobile gaming to a much larger scale, similar to Ingress and other Niantic products, but even bigger because it was following the Pokemon franchise. It will let a game like that fall to the wayside as next year comes around and new main storyline Pokemon games will be out for the Switch. You want to let Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee shine with connection with Pokemon Go? This is what we gotta do. We gotta bring some new things to the table, or at least give us what you promised from the beginning. And maybe, just maybe, we'll see a re-emergence of the popularity of Pokemon Go. But that's it for me, guys. This is a quick video about Pokemon Go and what I've been thinking the game needs. If you have any other suggestions, remember to comment down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you later.